In today's world, data is the new gold. Data scientists unlock insights from raw information. They use statistical methods to analyze trends. Data analysts convert data into visual stories. By creating dashboards, they help organizations make informed decisions. Machine learning models can predict future outcomes. They identify patterns that aren't visible to the naked eye. Data cleaning ensures accuracy and analysis. Collaboration across departments enhances data insights. They utilize programming languages like Python and R for analysis. Cloud computing resources expand their capabilities. With big data, they tackle complex challenges across industries. Ethics in data science ensures responsible use of information. The future of data science looks bright with endless possibilities.
So I'll go straight to our file. This was the file that was saved yesterday after we have done our work. Okay. So as a recap, we have been able to look at some basic activities, able to have an overview of how to combine generated longitude and latitude to get our map. We're able to show us how to use geographical functions to create a map and what geographical function does to a map. Looked at country by profit. We're able to show how countries were able to generate the states. We use America because the data we're using is P1 Superstore from USA. So they're basically concentrating on United States as a country, and the sales and the political data is looking at business setup from within that region. We're able to also look at the products by subcategory, able to dissect our work and show us how some fields can actually make negative profit and why others are making better profit. But by the time we disaggregate it in this nature, we're able to see individual contribution. We also were able to format our work to make it better presentable. So we're going to continue today. So basically we're looking at some important functions that are utilized. Like I said, I talked about the importance of date function. Date function is one of an important aspect that needs to be viewed. But I'm going to start by looking at some of the functionaries. We have looked at some of these, the file, we spoke about how we can be able to bring in new file, open the existing one, save our work to this server public, the external server, and also save our work. Work has been saved here, so that we can continue, even though it has been published, but we can also use it to get back to our work. Now we look at the worksheet. the present page that we are seeing, this is a worksheet. This is a worksheet. So we can clear what is there on the sheet. We can do formatting. We can size it. Sizing, when you are using you're making a presentation using a tablet, a desktop, or a phone, you can actually resize. You can take action. Like in this work, you see show title is marked, is checked. That is why we are seeing this title here. If we decide to uncheck it, you see the title goes, title that you are seeing up goes. And when we go back again in the worksheet and go back to the show title and click again, it will come back. As we are still on the worksheet, show caption. You want to see caption, by the time you click on it, it will give you a caption. It's saying sum of profit for each product subcategory broken down by product category. Color shows detail about product. So whatever you have done, the system can be able to interpret it and give it, so to a layman you can understand what is being done. So if you also wish to have such, you can invoke it through the worksheet by using the show caption. Okay, let me remove it. We'll go back again to the worksheet. See accessibility, show summary. So all these things you can put them to use. You can open them one after the other and see what they are doing and what they can do. So the next one is dashboard. We say we are going to get to dashboard. We get to dashboard maybe in the next or subsequent class. We'll get to dashboard, but for now we are still working on other things. When we get to dashboard, we explain things that have to do with dashboard and story. Now when you come to analysis on this menu hub, you can see that it has show mark label. This mark label, let me remove this so that you can see it. This is a mark label here. See the mark. You can actually remove it if you click on not showing mark label. Okay, what it did was it removed those write-up that was on our work. It did remove this, so it should show the remove the write-ups, so you only have to hover to see it. So when we go back again to analysis and we click on it, it will bring back whatever we have written up again for view. Then marks tab, view data. You want to see the data you are working with. Explain data setting. Now it's percentage, total, trend line. Work on trend and letter, special value, among others. But let us see what we can do with calculated field. Calculated field is, we saw it in Power BI, but we're able to use it as a quick measure to create a certain field that we wish to exist. So here you can see that in this calculated field, oh, click on it, you see calculation 1. So it's giving us the room to create a new field which is generated by calculation. For instance, when we look at this measure, what can we be able to do from this measure? What can we be able to do from this measure? We can be able to maybe say profit ratio. For instance, we can get something like profit ratio. So I'll come to the top, I'll write profit ratio at the top. Now, how do I have to create this profit ratio as a new measure, which I can use in terms to make calculation? I say, okay, profit ratio is the ratio of profit to sale. So I can now come and type the sum. since it's a calculation, sum is a function. So when I type sum, you see that sum function has come up, and I click on it. It gives me what it needs me to do. And yet, since there's a red line under the sum, means I have not finished on this, and it's telling me the calculation contains error. So what am I going to put inside this parenthesis? I want to put my profit. So as I type profit, the italics will be coming up. Okay, this is the profit, so I just need to click on profit. Profit has come up. So my profit ratio, I'm using the formula sum of profit divided by the sum. Again, you go to this, the sum of what? Sum of sales. So I will type sales, and sales will come up. I'll click on sales. You see that nothing, there's no more red. The calculation is valid, so I can go ahead to create this new measure. So I will click OK. I'll click apply. It will be the same thing. So as I click OK and I click apply, see something has just happened. When you come to our measure, you see we are seeing a new measure now called profit ratio, and it is different from the ones that are there already. When you look at this sign of measure, you see that this one has something like an equality sign or something in its front different from others. That shows you that this is the measure you have created, and whatsoever we can do with other ones, we can see do with that measure. It becomes valid, so we can use it to make our calculation and get visualization and get our answer. So this is how you can create what? Your calculated field, a quick calculated field. So we can also look at our date function that I said yesterday. So let me quickly open a new sheet. I want to open a new sheet. I will go to order date. Order date is the date in which orders were made. People that or customers that have come into a business center or a big factory to make purchase or to make an order, they start from the date in which that order was made, and it's very, very important in this calculation. So this is order date. So I can bring in, and you also see the date has its own symbol, different from text and different from figure and different from geography. So I will come to order date and I will now drag it onto my field. You see, it is telling us that I will have only 2015, and when you look at this database for the title, it is 2015, so it's only 1 year that is covering. And also looking at the year, you see that there's something like a plus. The plus we used to see in SQL, and whenever we see this plus, it means that it is in, so there's other things embedded in it. So you can click to expand, and when we click, we see that it is no more plus, it is time minus, that it has finished its own, but you can see readmit back whatever it has released. So we see there's quarter order. This is for year and this is for quarter, and it's quarter of a year, 3 months interval, and it still has its own plus. So when I click on it again, it will not release the month, and the month also has a plus, and I can still click on it. It will now finally give me the day. So this is an example of hierarchy. I will come later to show us how we do this hierarchy, but this one has been done by the system for us. Secondly, when you look at this date, you see that the background color is blue. This tells us that it has an implication. Now let's just open maybe the year and see what is inside. Now when you open the year, you see filter, show highlighter, apply to worksheet, the work you are doing. You can sort the day from ascending or descending. You can format. It is showing you the header. It is also including the topic, and standard geography is there. Now, you remember yesterday we were looking at a particular field, and the field was showing this black dot. That is where the emphasis is. So here, the year we are working with, that is showing us blue color, is showing us a work that is discrete. That is what it means. That this blue color we are seeing is a discrete work. And discrete numbers are numbers that are not infinitum. They are numbers that are there. 1 is 1, 2 is 2. If you say something is 5, it's discrete. You can count it by your finger. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And it's different from a number that is continuous. Continuous does not have an end. 2.1 is a continuous number. So, if I come and change the storyline here by either clicking on continuous or coming to see, we have the year. We have the first year, which is discrete, that has quarter and month and day and more. You can have with number with day, and you go back, you see another year that has quarter 2 among many. But if I should click on this year now, see there's a change. Everything has changed. Now, not only that, the year has gone back and it has its own hierarchy too. So it shows this a continuous and it's green in color. This green indicates that it's a continuous variable, a continuous measure. Even the diagram and the insight it will show is quite different. If I come back again and click on discrete, it will bring it back again to blue. So it's good for you to know this, that you can have discrete and you can have continuous. So I can also come back here and when I click on this, okay, so this simple illustration I did, I've been able to alter the system. That is why we're having issue of getting it to go back to its original status quo, which it has gone now. So I can decide to just bring maybe 6. I put 6 to column, or I put 6 to column here to give me a very long line. And know one thing with visualization, when you don't like what you're seeing, always go back and change until you get what you want. And you can see here it's showing me some of 6, which I told you I can also change it to using measure to average, median, anything I want I can do here. I'll still leave it as the sum. So now for this year, I can change the formation, or I could just go back again and populate it by quarter or by month. See, January, February, March, April, May, June. That is the number of months that were captured in this work. So when I bring in my sales and I put it up here, because you see the visualization that we are seeing, I can decide to close the month and also the quarter. So whatever you want to do, you can do here. Or when we want to have good visual, sometimes we can convert what we're seeing maybe to diagram. It will give us a different visual altogether. This for 2 quarters. When we maybe change the position, we can also resort and we can expand our work to show us 2 quarters and the sales. This is the sum of sales. Now want to see just the the count, to give you the count of what was sold by numbers. So what we are able to do here, we are trying to use date to manipulate our work to get insight. I can also go to a new page and still bring in my date, other date, and I can maybe I will bring it last. Bringing first and bringing second lastly, sometimes it has implication. Let me look at the product category. I want to put it by date, and I put my other date here, and I now bring in my sales and put it here. Now I'm seeing my other date 2015. I'm also seeing the item that we are affected, and also the sales. Now I can now maybe break it down by quarter. I can see the sales by quarter. I can break it down by month. You see how it's turning out, and by this the sum has gone to major because I'm manipulating two tables or column that don't have calculation. So for it to allow you to show its calculative ability, it has shifted to measure. It has entered into the value. So I can able to do that. We can even shift this into value. We can say, okay, let's see what it will give us. And you can see what it's giving us. We can even change this to show us for each product. We can also do other things here. We can change our visuals, for instance, based on the different arrangement, because we have seen different quarters here. Or leave this at this. Let's open up a new visuals too. So I want to see how our work, how can I able to get more than one measure at a time. So when we bring in the product category, for instance, we can also introduce maybe a customer segment too. I wanna now maybe go to that our profit ratio that we created and put it there as a figure. Consider we'll have figure, and our figure we can actually convert our figure into convert a figure into insight. And after looking at this, okay, why not add maybe profit too? Bring in profit. And bringing the profit now, we can see that we are creating two different kind of measures here now under one view. We can drag this down if you so wish, or make it go down, or bring it back. We can drag this down. Oh, look at that line that I showed us yesterday. Bring it down, and then we can introduce our level. We show how it's affecting a different sector, whether it's a product category or the segment. You can see profit ratio here, and see the profit here. See the way they're affecting our product category and our customer. Now there's something I want you to look at. When you look at this set, you see all, and all is in tick or tick right up. That is why it's showing everything as one. So whatever they're analyzing here, we're analyzing it as one. But now if we want to look at it per individual, then we'll now go down. You can see here we have AGG profit ratio, and we can see sum of profit ratio. Now if I should click on this AGG profit ratio, it will give me a different mark now, and this mark I can do some things. I can come to color, for instance, and say I don't want to have the same color. Let me have a different color. Let me have, say, green color. And once I click on green, see the whole thing changes to green. Even the other one is still maintaining the original color. Now I can, after it has done that, see it has now gone up here under concentration, and now remaining sum of profit. And I click on sum of profit too. What can I do there? And I come here, I look at it, I say, okay, why not change the arrangement? Change it to something else, maybe area or line, just for emphasis of what we are doing. Let me just touch on line. You see what line is showing. You see, it has now given us two different kind of visualization, even under one table. Somebody that want to, if this is what you want to do, you can now go ahead and format your work, give it the proper name, what we are doing, and if you so wish, like you saw in analysis, you say in this place I saw caption, show caption. I can't find it now. Okay, we'll see it later. So you can now begin to make your work look nicer. Remember that the essence of Tableau is visualization, better insight, and also helpful for decision making, both for the stakeholder, both for colleagues, both for the owners of business, amongst every interested party. So that is what is there for it. So you are able to see that we can actually work on two different measure with two different kind of visualization. Okay, let's open another page. We'll come back and rename them one after the other. We can also show percentage ratio. We can do that. Let's open up our work. Let's open up our work. Let's look at let's use product subcategory, for instance, and we're looking at maybe with the unit price. Okay, let's just use the sales and we'll put up sales here. The sales will be the sales will come up, and now when the sales come up now, we're seeing the quantities that are being sold. But discover that this quantity doesn't have a total. So what do you do if you want to see this total? You go to your analytics and click on it. You see, it's only total that is even giving you a black line that you can use and cluster. So let's now go to this total, and as I dragging it, is giving us some option. Do you want subtotal? Subtotal means if you have different segments or different categories, it will total it per segment or per categories before going to total if you are looking to do grand total. So for instance, if I put it on grand total, for instance, it will give me total for the grand. See, all the calculation here have been summed here. I can see, look at it. Okay, let me go back again. I take another step. I'm bringing total again. I'm putting to sub and see what is going to happen. Okay, it means the sub is not working. Now, why is it not working? Look at it again. See that as if it's this total that is very, very dark. These ones are somehow faintly dark, so it shows that it cannot be able to be used for this particular calculation, not for all calculations. So we put it back in this and to generate our grand total for us. But that is not what we are going to. Then you go back to your data that we are working with. What we want to do, we want to convert this. Maybe you don't want number, you want to show things something different. So I will go to my analysis. When I get to my analysis, I will go to percentage of. Right now you see that it is unknown, that is why it is not giving us any percentage. I can go for percentage of the table, or for column, or for row, or for pen, or row in pen, column in pen, or for cell, whatever you wish. You can see it there. Okay, let's see if we can go for the table. Now it is now getting total percentage for the whole table, and it's giving us this value here. So from here we can see that appliances is 4.27 of the total sale in our subcategory. We can also see the one that did better, office machine, 16.5%, and share mats. So we can see that here. So I'm able to convert this work into percentage. You can even visualize it. When we change our work to visual, for instance, and we bring in our label and show our label, you see that this percentage is coming up. We can always expand by control arrow out. Coming to this, bring it back, or we can come to the standard. We come to this place and find maybe entire view. It will bring everything up for us to see. Now you see that as I did the entire, now everything is showing. But if I take one step back again, what the way it used to be before, you see that some like appliances was not showing, and this one too level was not showing, and the reason is that there seems to be a kind of overlapping, so everything cannot show. So one will now created a better space for it. It can able to accommodate everything. Of course too, if you don't like this arrangement or position, you can always come here and do what, and change it. And you can also sort. You You can rearrange by sorting too. And secondly, this arrangement can also be affected here. I can say to bring some of cell up. Okay, it has been taken care of when we shifted this. But if we do it here, that means we don't want to wait for it to be shifted. We do it manually. So we are seeing how it is affecting the uh, the, the sales condition. This is arranged by percentage. So we can able to actually convert our numbers into percentage when we go to our analysis and we'll go to percentage of and we'll do that. Okay, we can also do some things again. We'll do um, quick calculation and we can also check ratio. Quick calculation of done more than one measure. Now let's look at hierarchy. And I said I'm going to come back to hierarchy. Let's look at hierarchy once again. So let's open a new chart. Now in hierarchy, we are trying to, just like what we saw in the year. Let me bring the year again, our order date, just for this emphasis. So that the year has a plus, showing that there are other values that are embedded in the year, and those values are: one, the quarter, which has 3 months. The next is monthly. Then we'll have daily. There's other specialized one like weekly and the rest. But what I'm saying is that it is able to gather everything and they are packed as one here. So for analysis sake, just like when we're talking about that decision tree that was able to branch and branch and branch until you get to the last in Power BI. Now you see that this year you want to work with here is fine and good. You can bring in your figure and you get your value. Even when you have put the value, then you want to see how this value affected your quarterly activity. Then you can come here and click on it and expand. Then you can see that quarter has been introduced, and you can see that we only have 2 quarters here. Then you still want to look at month. You come again and click, and the month will be unveiled, and we can see that we have 6 months. The first quarter, January, February, March, and second quarter, April, May, June. And now finally you can also open the month to show you the days. So you see this is longer, how many days, what happened, if there is a sale or not. It will show you up to the end of the period. So this is a kind of a hierarchy. And when you don't want to continue, you can always come, as you are click on here, everything will now submerge back. Okay, now I want to show us how we can create this hierarchy, because if you know how to create hierarchy, it will be good for us. But before you create hierarchy, you must know that there are some criteria or relationship that you must be able to bring out. There must be something that is related to what you want to create. You cannot create a hierarchy. Maybe if I'm to use an example of a machine, like a machine you ride a bike, and something like an animal is for example a dog. You know, both of them can run, but they don't have similarities that are very detailed together. So you cannot be able to actually form a hierarchy that will last. So looking at our work, there are some things that we can use to create hierarchy, and that hierarchy will have value. One of them is product category and product subcategory. Now we see that product subcategory is explaining the details about product category, so the hierarchy will make sense. That is what we are talking about. Another hierarchy you can also create is country state. You can see that states came out of country. So when you count the states that are in the state, like 50 states America, or 36 state Nigeria can be summed under country. So when you bring out maybe for instance country Nigeria, you can see that the states can be open, and from country Nigeria you see 36 states. Then you see local government. So these are something you can join to form a hierarchy. I can also look at product category and product subcategory that we'll have here. Now, looking at our product subcategory and product category, we want to form a hierarchy. The question is that how do we do it? That is very, very simple. All you need to do is this. You click on product subcategory and drag it. Once you get to product category, you release it. You see, we are seeing something here. We are seeing now product category is there first, followed by product subcategory. Assuming there's something else again you want to join, that one is what you now bring last and join onto the one you have joined before. It will now come and populate the back. So if this is a hierarchy we want to create and it's okay by us, we can now say okay. And when we watch say okay, please, this is product category. Just watch what is going to happen here. There will be a change of symbol. So I click OK. I see that product category has become joined with product subcategory, and they are giving us a symbol of hierarchy and an arrow down, which is I can close this arrow. I already see product category and product subcategory as one, and I can expand it to show us product category down or product subcategory down. What it means is that I can still go ahead to do my calculations just using the product category. For instance, I get my value separately. I can also use subcategory and get my value separately. But when I pick on this particular new hierarchy that have been created and I bring it up, just picking it and putting it up here, it will show me that it will only show me product category, but you can see that plus sign is there. So when I click on the plus sign, it will expand to product category and product subcategory. So this makes a hell of a sense for analysis sake. So when I close it again, it will only show me product category. Now I can maybe use sales or shipping cost anything for illustration, and when I put it here, it will give me a value, and the value is showing me that furniture has a particular sales 660,000, office supply 551, and technology 712. Now I want to see my category. I don't need to lift and bring. I only come here and open up this, and it will give me my product subcategory. So it will give me my product subcategory, and I'm good to go. So you can also introduce, maybe now you want to see what is the function of profit or profit ratio or profit base, anyone. So just pick profit for instance and put here. Now it's giving us our sum of profit, and I can also close it. It will only give me profit. So if you are doing presentation for instance, it will be a very good idea, so that all you need to do is to have your mouse ready. So as you are talking, making some elaboration, you can as well, just for the sake of emphasis, click on this to show what you want to talk about. You see that the data comes up at once. And don't forget yesterday how I taught you when you want to maybe add some coloration to your work, like this product subcategory, you go to product subcategory for instance and put it to color, and you see that the color of the materials change, and you can also shift this here and bring it to this side so that you can have wider view. Now you can now begin to do what? Format your work, make it look more sweet and better. You can also give a name to your work, and also name this sheet. Remember, I said yesterday that it is important we do this. If not, when you have come to the stage of when we want to work on our dashboard, sometimes a question may be answered by 3 insights, and those insights may come as a group, and dashboard will do well to show you that group is. So when you don't name your work very well, you'll be having problem identifying what work to be done and how best to do it. I leave you to go ahead to format this work. I will do that at the back end. I know a lot have been said. Take your time to assimilate one after the other. The next thing to do now is for us to save our work. Always remember to save your work so that you continue from where you stopped. So how do I save my work? I go again to my file, go to file, save to Tableau public, to bring out the credentials. So while we wait for that, you to put up your credential, then you sign in. And once you sign in, you can able to save this work. So while we wait for it, I think we'll have to close it.
In today's world, data is the new gold. Data scientists unlock insights from raw information. They use statistical methods to analyze trends. Data analysts convert data into visual stories. By creating dashboards, they help organizations make informed decisions. Machine learning models can predict future outcomes. They identify patterns that aren't visible to the naked eye. Data cleaning ensures accuracy in analysis. Collaboration across departments enhances data insights. They utilize programming languages like Python and R for analysis. Cloud computing resources expand their capabilities. With big data, they tackle complex challenges across industries. Ethics in data science ensures responsible use of information. The future of data science looks bright with endless possibilities.